But our next guest argues Sanders' plan won't work, and he knows it. He's a doctor turned lawmaker who says it's time for politicians to get real about curing America's healthcare system. He joins us now. He's a former dermatologist and Republican Congressman John Joyce. Congressman, Medicare-for-All, it's about time. It's finally here. What's wrong with that?
It's unsustainable, Brian. A Medicare-for-All system has been estimated to cost $32 trillion over 10 years. $32 trillion out of the pockets of hardworking taxpayers. Recent polls show that America is not interested in this. Less than 40% of Americans are embracing this Medicare-for-All idea. Bernie Sanders has allowed this to become a political football, as so many of the incredibly left-leaning Democratic candidates have. Medicare for All is financially unsustainable, and as a doctor, as a new legislator, I can tell you this isn't what America wants.
Well, let me ask you something. As a doctor, if all your entire practice is all Medicare patients, do you make money?
I think anyone can work hard and be financially successful in that world, but a Medicare fee schedule will be drastically reformed and reformulated with a Medicare for All system.
Listen to the candidates who have followed Bernie Sanders' lead. Cory Booker, Julian Castro, Tulsi Gabbard, Kamala Harris, of course Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Andrew Yang. And so they are all in. I'm sure others will join in the parade. But it's not being candid. They say 56% overall support this. And they say that's what I'm running on. But then when you tell these people, get rid of private insurance and we're going to raise your taxes, that number drops to 37%. And once you expose what this is, it is nothing but a campaign slogan. It's not practical. It's not feasible.
And it has taken us away from the real dialogue. The real dialogue is that we can have health care reform. Last week, I co-sponsored legislation to remove the medical device tax. The medical device tax takes away money from research and development, which is what Americans really want. They want cutting-edge therapy. We can provide them with that, and we can do that with a bipartisan ability to reach across the aisle and come to that compromise that will allow the best health care to occur in our own country.
And Congressman, if Republicans don't do anything on health care, they'll lose again in 2020. They ignored the problem, they cut up Obamacare and left it in tatters and said it's not my problem, and they paid the price in the midterms. Everybody says it's the number one or number two most important issue when they go into the voting booth. So hopefully with your medical background, you can provide leadership there. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.